Good morning, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Great. Okay, so just a quick background on myself. My name is Daniel. I'm currently a Dementia Program Executive in Khoo Hospital and also a second-generation Christian. So, right, since young, I would follow my parents to church. But interestingly, I only encountered God in 2019. So today, I want to share with you guys that encounter. So, in 2019, I was doing a degree in economics in NUS. At the same time, I was also doing part-time entrepreneurship. Okay, so why entrepreneurship, right? Because at the time, I had some idea on how an ideal life is supposed to be. All right, I want to live my dreams, and I had a lot of personal ambitions. So there was a point in time that I actually put in a lot of effort, right, in my entrepreneurship. And also in that process, I neglected my studies, and in one particular semester, I failed 2 modules actually. Yeah, so, but some of you will ask, okay, how did I do for my entrepreneurship career, right? So, well, at the start, it was okay. I was getting a lot of clients, a lot of team members. But I think after a while, I got really very frustrated because I was putting in a lot of hard work like the other entrepreneurs, but wasn't getting the same results as them. All right, so I remembered I cried out to God and said, hey, God, this is so unfair. Life is so unfair, right? Why am I working so hard and I'm not getting the same results as them, right? I believe I deserve more, okay? Yeah, so I was really very sad and very disappointed at that time. And I remembered, and I was trying to find a way out. One night, I heard a still small voice speaking to me and say, Daniel, are you sick and tired of striving and fighting in your own strength? So when I heard that question, right, I was totally stunned. Okay, when I came back to my senses, I noticed that was the root cause of my issue. Right, I was physically and mentally exhausted and tired. So in that moment, I said, yes, Lord, I'm really tired. And I knew at that moment, I had to surrender my life fully to God and let Him lead and direct my life accordingly. So that was my encounter with God. And so right now, I'm going to share with you guys on the transformation journey that the Lord took me. Okay, so immediately after that, the first thing that the Lord taught me was to learn how to rest in Him. This is really very important because I learned that hard work alone doesn't produce success. In fact, for us, right, Christians, what we need to do, right, is we need to learn how to draw strength, grace, and power from God to do what we are supposed to do and what we are called to do daily, on a daily basis. All right, and so not just that, I also learned that there's also a time and season, right, for every activity under heaven. So what that meant, right, was at that season, right, I believe that the Lord was leading me to focus only on my studies. Okay, so for each individual is different. So for me, it was to focus solely on my studies. And so I heeded His advice to just drop my entrepreneurship endeavor and just focus on my studies. So that was my last semester. So I failed 2 modules, right? So I had to take those 2 modules again, plus another 6. So I had to clear 8 modules in my final semester. I was so stressed, right? But never mind, it's okay. But I learned, right? So through the grace of God, I just did my best. And at the end of it all, I managed to pass all 8 modules with flying colors. And for the very first time in that semester, I had no C grades. Yeah, praise the Lord. So the first thing I was taught was to learn how to rest in God, right? Second thing that I was taught, right, after that, because graduate already, graduate from NUS, right, is you need to learn how to trust in God for a job. Correct? First timer, right? Trusting God for a job. And you guys must know at the point in time, I graduated in June 2020. That was still circuit breaker period. So a lot of people were telling me, hey, Daniel, don't think about getting your dream job. No chance one. Just get whatever jobs that are available. So was a bit negative, but I remember the Lord dropped it into my heart and asked me to apply for a job in the healthcare sector, which I felt that was where He was calling me to. All right, so my daily routine would sound something like this. I would be doing my quiet time in the morning, and then after that having lunch. After lunch, I'll take a nap. After I take a nap, I will do my resumes and I'll send that. And I did it consistently, right? And so you guys must also understand that at that point in time, I was also living on my savings as I was applying for a job. So can you imagine every day as I doing this consistently, my savings was going down. Okay, but I don't know why. I just felt a peace that God would see me through this. And interestingly, my mom, who is a bit kanchong type, she would come and ask me, hey Daniel, how's your job search going? Got interview or not? Then every time I would tell my mom, no, not yet, okay, but God will make a way. Okay, so after a while, right, I keep on saying this, right, because still haven't got any interview. So I think my mom also think I'm crazy. Keep on saying the same thing. God will make a way. God will make a way. But anyway, that's what faith is for, right? So I decided, okay, I just keep going. And then, long story short, I applied a total of 90 resumes over the course of 3 months. 90. And long story short, eventually I got a opportunity to become a patient care officer, which is something like an assistant nurse, which you do basic caregiving, like showering patients, feeding them, and also transferring them from the bed to the chair, right? So I passed the interview and I was given a job trial, passed that as well. But very interestingly, the HR didn't call me back after 3 days. So all of us, right, we trust God, but there's a limit, right? So I remember I wanted to send a follow-up email already. I was about to click hi, whatever already, right? And then, boom, I received a phone call. So I pick up the phone, and then they say, hi, Daniel, this is so-and-so from Khoo Teck Puat Hospital HR team. We would like to inform you that you have been given this role as a patient care officer. Would you like to accept the offer? So I said, I was very excited inside, and I answered calmly. I said, yes. So with that, God just blessed me with my first job opportunity. So when you learn how to trust in God, He will definitely make a way out. Yeah, so that's my second point. And then after learning to trust in God, right, very interesting. Because every stage, right, you always face with some adversity. The third thing I learned from God is to learn how to wait on Him. So you learn how to rest in Him, then you learn how to trust in Him, then next you need to learn how to wait on Him. Okay, you guys must understand that when I did this patient care officer role, I was a fresh grad. So those logical thinking one, I say, hey, what is fresh grad doing in this role? This role got no future one, okay? A lot of people were telling me, my colleagues, go and think of a place to jump soon, jump to your next career, think of when to jump. So I remembered I sought the Lord over this, and He told me to stay, okay? And also, to be honest, I felt that it's time to stay because I like what I do, right? This is what I was called to do. So I don't care, don't listen to what the people say. So just be faithful in what I do. And interestingly, 1 year into my job opportunity as a patient care officer, my supervisor Tristan came in and he told me, hey Daniel, there's this program, there's this attachment to the dementia team to learn more about dementia care. Okay, you indicated in your performance review that you wanted to specialize in patient care. Is this something that you'll be interested in? Then I say, sure, why not? Okay, so I went for the attachment. It was a steep learning curve. Okay, but 3 weeks in, the doctor called me to his office and say, hey Daniel, I'm very pleased with your performance. Just want to share with you that we have this Dementia Program Executive role, which is what I'm doing at the moment, going on, and this will allow you to continue to take care of dementia patients and with us, and also organize activities for them and lead a team to achieve that mission. How does that sound for you? Okay, so I went back and discussed with my family, and we felt that this was a role that used my giftings and my talents, and I said yes. So just like that, while waiting on God, I was able to, God promoted me at the right time in 1.5 years, and that jumped my income by about more than 40%. So praise the Lord on that. Yeah. So whatever I shared just now is how God blessed me and how God transformed me. But I think what's important as we are in a year or so winning is that how God taught me to be a blessing to others. So now as my role as a leader, I noticed that actually whatever I went through was for a purpose. Okay, even though my entrepreneurship endeavor was short, the skills that I learned over there, it's related to what I'm doing as a leader right now. And not only that, God made me realize that He only made me an influential leader now, not before, because He wanted me to understand that leadership is not just about the status and recognition which I so craved for back then, but it's actually about serving and sacrificing for the needs of others. So God really had to take me through a process of spiritual maturity to groom and refine my character to be able to handle the blessing that is currently before me. Yeah, so with that, I was able to serve my team very well. And, in serving with excellence, I was able to have the opportunity to share the love of God and share how having a relationship with God can be so fulfilling and how He can lead and guide us to having a purposeful life. So I think some of my colleagues are seated here today. I'm really happy for them that they're coming here today. Yeah, thank you. All in all, I just want to say that really God makes all things good for those who love Him, makes all things work for the good for those who love Him and who are called according to His purpose. With that, let's not give up, and I love Jesus. Thank you.